Get your mind to work and work and work and work it, baby. And think about love can be.
You got the energy?
No, I do not. But let's do it. Woo!
Nah.
We gonna start.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Welcome back to another episode of the My 2020 Sunday podcast. I had to catch me on that. I catch myself on that.
You even have to say the day.
Yeah,
Bro,
we
it's-
never say the day.
I know,
That's
but
the first.
it's special day. You know why?
Why?
Super Bowl Sunday, you know?
Okay.
We dropping Super Bowl Sunday. Well, we
We're
recording Super Bowl Sunday, but we are back. I gotta come up with some monikers now because like some of the monikers that we had is no longer like valid. We're no
Like
longer
what?
the part-time passport bros. Ty didn't get the reference, by the way, about the part-time
Oh
passport
God,
bros.
yeah. What
Uh,
else is new?
but but we are now the on-time boys. I tell you that much, baby.
At least for today.
At least for the day. Let's keep
Yeah.
the train going. You know, especially me. But
I was way too early today.
yeah,
Damn.
I don't know if you could ever be way too early, brother.
was it?
9:20?
What was the
Again,
gift?
I don't know if you could ever.
What
be
was
way
the
too
gift that
early.
you sent me? If you're not first, you're last or some shit.
Oh,
Mhm.
I was just fucking with you, bro.
Talladega Nights,
I feel
baby.
you. I
If
hit.
I don't fuck with you, man, I don't like you. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I like pushing you, bro. When I fuck with you, you actually do better. So
There was something so funny about you saying.
That's
this.
what You see me staring
There's
at him of
something
all
so
people.
hilarious
What?
about
Of
you saying
all
this.
people, this one is telling me this.
You
You are hilarious.
I don't
Anyways,
wanna- I don't want to curse so early, but you are fucking hilarious.
the isms, bro.
Jesus.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. You know,
It's all love.
yeah, it's all love. We here. We're back. Let's.
It's all love.
So, gentlemen, how y'all been? Let's talk about it. What's been going on?
Who wants to go first?
Well, we can start.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go first.
All right.
Go first. Living life.
I'm happy, guys.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
glad.
so happy.
Second pod in a row.
Yeah, I can
life
show
better.
my face. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you showing the
Don't
not
worry,
showing
it'll be back.
little
It's-
Abraham
It'll be
Washington.
back.
It's
It'll
great,
be
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Don't worry.
It's growing.
Yeah, yo, man. You know when you make good decisions in life, and it just, I mean, it's
It
still
pays
early,
off.
but like, it's just like,
Good timing, good
Yeah.
opportunities come your way and
yeah,
stuff.
I'm in a very good space. I just
Alright.
want to maintain that. That's
Okay.
it. That's all I got.
Still good for me. This month is still a killer financially, but to be honest with you, I'm still good, man. I'm still good. I kind of miss playing video games, but I got other shit to worry about currently.
Yeah, man, we're grown now. We gotta do grown man shit now.
Well, you
man.
got always find the time to do the shit that you miss to do. So
That's
to
so
be
true.
honest, but life been good for me. To be honest, planning still. Everything once February is over, to be honest with you, it'll get
Things
better.
will work itself out.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of things piling up as like, just trips and birthdays and Valentine's Day and all this other stuff. And once that passes, money should just look normal.
Better.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you feel like it's also added pressure on yourself?
No.
Like, cause you feel like you have to do these things?
Not necessarily. I just feel like it's something that I want to do genuinely. And I think when you're in a relationship, there has to be probably 75% of things you want to do genuinely for that other person and other things that you have to do.
You said 75%,
Probably 80. I don't know.
80%.
Let's go with 80.
I was thinking like 50 because you got to meet each other halfway. No.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying on my part. I'm just saying on my part. Yeah, the relationship wise.
I mean,
50,
like
50.
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be things you want to do, she wants to do. You know,
Yeah,
y'all
yeah.
gotta meet
But
each other and-
I would feel like there's 80% that men, let's just keep it on men wise, that there's
Mhm.
80% of things men generally want to do for their significant other
Mm.
and 20% of things that they feel like they have to do.
Okay.
And not to say to you ladies that men feel this enormous pressure that don't ever think that you could come. You should come to that man and say, if you don't want to do this, don't have to do this. No, fuck that shit. We're
Yeah.
gonna do it. Just live with that.
I mean, you don't have to do it. That shit pisses me off. Just what do you want? Like, yeah, I know what I know what I have to do, and I'm gonna do it.
Just like you said, like men's job is to provide, protect, and all
Absolutely.
that other stuff. But it's also we have to make our women feel appreciated. We have to make our women like. Not to say that that's not some. That's one of the 20% things. I'm just giving an example, basically.
No, I feel you. I definitely agree because at the end, if you add it all up, it's 100.
Yeah, it
And
has
that's
to
what
be
we-
equal up to 100. It
Yeah.
can't be 1% short. It could be 1% short, but you know,
You never
99.
really you hear the. I think people misconstrued the 50-50 talk, which it can be understandable, but I think in terms of that, it's always like because you want to give 100% of yourself, and you want to your part. You would understandably want your partner to give 100% of their stuff, but
it's not
what you
ultimately true.
What you mean?
What do you mean?
I don't think you could give 100% to yourself.
Then you're half-assing it.
No.
You saying yourself as you as an
an
individual?
I-
So you're not. What do you mean?
Damn. I don't want to get on.
You don't put yourself in a bind, right?
No,
Go ahead.
say what you said one more time, just so I could.
I was saying that in a real relationship, in a long-term relationship, with the talk of 50-50, one individual has to give 100% of themselves, and you would want a partner that gives 100% of their self. That doesn't necessarily equate to like just money and finances, because what like I bring in, my girl might not bring equal the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
But when it comes to like her as a whole, like I know her, I don't want to just like discover what she's into like 6-7 years into the relationship.
True.
Mhm.
Then I feel like that's like
Oh, you just saying 100% vulnerable and open and
everything, not everything, but like 100% of the like how well, like I'm pretty sure, maybe not the back of his hand, but Travis, who's been in a relationship longer than both of us, can say he knows Steph. Maybe not like the back of his hand, but he knows her little quirks.
he knows
her-
like
her-
hey, this
her
happens,
isms.
how this is.
You
gonna
know what I'm
react.
saying?
Yeah,
How she gonna
yeah,
react? What she does when she's upset?
Yeah.
How she twitches when she gets on his nerves?
How
you
to
know?
change the mood or some
Yeah,
shit.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's
So-
different. That's different. When you explain it, it sounds way better and stuff.
Right. You're not gonna really know too much of that. But I'm okay. I'm okay. Some shit has gone down, but we keep moving. I
Mhm.
have some plans in the work, so it's not like you always, when life hits you with like an unexpected, you always have to prepare, as Batman said, contingencies for anything, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
So I had to use one of my contingencies because just something happened that, don't need to go off on a tangent about. But it hasn't derailed me. It's the morning. It hasn't derailed me. It hasn't deterred me. It basically motivated me to like, I gotta keep doing better. This is not the time to be slacking. And, whatever happens, happens. You can't just spend the time just being negative about it,
Mm.
because then you're not gonna get shit done.
Facts.
So
You know, I don't want to talk about people that are negative or, fueled by negativity, but y'all suck. Nah, dead ass. Like, real talk, bro. Like, when you try to be like super positive
Yeah.
and it's like a negative person, but it's like, when are you ever positive?
That's what
When
I'm
do you ever
saying.
think of like, I
When
don't
are
know,
you happy?
not
not
even
necessarily
happy, but
happy,
like,
just like
when is your thought like, okay, let's say you're going to work.
mhm.
You left a little late. Oh my God, I'm gonna be so late today. You could get to the train station and the fucking train could be right there and
This
you
is true.
just made it to work.
Yeah, it's possible.
Just switch your thought pattern. But it's like, my whole day is gonna be messed up now because I'm late, and now this is gonna happen, and then it's like I don't like people like that.
I feel you.
I'm not gonna say y'all suck. That was wrong of me, but
Now I get
can
it.
say
Though.
you
I don't
suck.
favor y'all.
I get it though, but it's funny because I won't even consider myself a overly positive person. I would lean more to the realist
Yeah,
than the optimist. But at the same time, I'm very like, I won't say I'm a pessimist either. Like I don't want to think badly. Like every situation is just gonna end up bad regardless. Because like, why would I want to navigate through life then if I'm going like that?
This
Just
is
getting
what
through
I'm
the day,
saying,
and I don't
bro.
want to just wake up just getting through the day. Like I know that's what 90% of us do. You know, you got that 10% that's, you know, rich and famous, and even they got their own struggles.
Yeah,
But
Is
at
it
the
even
same,
10%? I
huh?
feel like it's less than that.
Probably less than that.
5%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably 5.
You know what I'm
5%.
saying? And even they're hustling, and even they gotta do what they gotta do, but they wake up with that mindset, like, I gotta get this, I gotta keep this
Right.
up. You know
They
what I'm
want to
saying?
keep continuing
You
their
know,
lifestyle and shit. so,
exactly.
yeah.
You know, like, I'm thankful. I'm pretty sure we can all say, like, I'm happy for my boy. I'm happy for you too, because you got big things coming up, you
Yeah.
know, and it's just the beginning. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And I have to keep up that same momentum, because I see that for myself. Like, I see nothing less.
Yeah.
And if it happens to be that way, I'm gonna come right back.
Just gotta pace yourself. Too.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
mean, you know, I look at life as like a track star running hurdles. You know, because you can sprint, everything could be smooth, and then the hurdles are coming up, and it's like up,
Up.
up, up.
Mhm.
But then you just gotta sprint through that motherfucker.
Next
you
thing
know
you
what I'm
know, that
saying?
shit becomes a whole marine obstacle course.
Yeah, bro.
Now you
but
gotta climb.
guess what? There's reasons why you're going through these hurdles to be better than you were before you started jumping.
This
Yeah.
is true.
That's
You
a
know what I'm
fact.
saying? So it's like we all got shit going on, but just try your best to get through it, and then you'll be good on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
So-
appreciate that.
Basically, where's the numbers today?
Oh, I'm at a fucking 9.
Hey.
Sorry to curse again, but it's
I
just
mean,
my
why
bag,
you,
yo.
you don't need to apologize.
You
Nah.
stop it cursing or something?
Yeah, I was
Nah,
like,
remember-
you took an oath
Remember
of
y'all
cursing?
said
That you say what? Fuck too much?
no, that I just cursed too much in general.
So?
Did I say
Fuck
that?
it.
No,
Nah,
that
nah,
was what
nah,
mother
nah.
said, but that was a while ago. Why
Yeah,
you
but
decided
still,
to do it now?
every now and again, because
I thought I brought back
I
old
actually
shit.
watch the pods.
I do too.
all the way
I
through.
do too.
You guys did amazing,
I
by
have
the way.
to.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to. I have to edit some shit. Don't do that.
No, y'all too. I was watching y'all too. Obviously, last time I was.
There's been times where I
yeah.
actually just watch the pod on
Yeah.
the TV sometimes. I
Oh,
just let
okay,
it play.
okay.
We
type
some
shit.
good
Nah,
content,
I be
y'all.
watching this shit, bro.
Shit.
So
I be
you know,
laughing more than anybody.
yeah, me
do.
too.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be dying.
nah, there's mad funny shit.
Yeah, these
that
niggas are funny.
always transpires every episode, every fucking episode.
So you at a 9.
Nah.
basically.
Mhm.
What makes it short of a 10?
I
Is it that
guess damn, what is making it short of a 10?
Just
Weather,
it's just
is
a
it?
question. You
It's
don't
just,
have to
no.
just, like,
You know, it's not perfect.
right.
I don't know if I could ever be at a 10.
I feel you on that.
Maybe like a 9.8.
I feel like I would have to be damn.
Like,
what make
everything would have to be
mental
like,
10?
Yo, this is the greatest part of my life.
Right.
Like,
I think it would have to be like just a moment that you're at 10.
Yes.
yeah.
Like if you on vacation and you just sit down and you just the view make you at a 10 where you just like for that moment type shit.
Right.
It's a momentary thing. But you can never always be at a 10. It's okay if you're not always at a 10.
Mhm.
I just think try to like find a place where you could be at 10
Oh yeah.
Right.
type shit.
I agree. Where you at?
I'm gonna say a 9.
Nice.
Life's aside from financials and job wise where I'm currently at and stuff. Things are on the up and up
Oh,
where
man.
I'm looking forward to good things.
Agreed.
I'm nervous, which makes me excited for it because I want it.
You're nervous about the opportunity?
If I'm not nervous, then I'm not like excited for it.
Got it.
It's
got
just
it.
like, yeah, sure.
And it's something new.
Yeah, it's something new.
But
And
you're
it's
gonna
like
crush it,
it
bro.
puts me in a better place because to be honest with you, the opportunity, I'm not doing it for this. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. I'm not doing this to be this great person. I'm doing this for the stability, to live comfortable, to actually have a better life for myself because we live in New York. It is ass to do what we do and not be able to live comfortably. I want to live fucking
Yeah.
comfortably. And I want to work less hours to work harder, to actually be able to go home, to actually be comfortable and know that when I wake up in the morning, I got this yard or I got, these bills that are paid for, or I
Bro.
got this little extra bread that if I wanted to spontaneously go on a trip, I'm out, like type shit.
I've always told these dudes that I don't want a house.
Here we go.
Why?
No. You told me, not really
Well,
him. Yeah,
I
we have this
I didn't
conversation.
really tell you, Todd, but
Yeah.
I've told Eric.
Yeah,
countless
we've
times
had
that
debates about this. Yeah.
I don't want a house. I want a loft.
So wait, you
Or a
don't
condo.
want to own something of your own?
A loft or a condo I would own.
You don't really own a condo though.
You really
You
don't?
own a condo. What are you talking about?
A condo is
Like,
in a building.
isn't this in a
Unless you
building?
own the
but
building.
you pay for that condo.
Oh, I get what you mean. Like in terms of the condo.
That's your
I guess
shit.
we're talking about property.
That's your property.
You don't want
No,
your
it's
own
not
land?
really.
Yeah, it's not, the building is not your property,
Yeah.
but that unit is yours. You're paying that. If you pay that shit off, that is your shit.
I get it. We had this talk.
Is that
You
how
comfortable with a
condos work,
unit?
though?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It
I
depends.
know.
You
I
buy
thought-
into
He doesn't. He
it's like-
doesn't. You know what it is? He doesn't want
I
to
don't wanna
deal
do all
with
the
the
back-breaking
household
shit, bro.
back-breaking activities.
No, I thought about
That's
that.
why
so,
when you come
I
visit
thought
me on
about
my
that
farm,
myself too. Was like
you
the
gonna put your
literally
ass to
like
work, bro.
the idea is
That's
that
not to say I
basically
can't
like
have a farm.
Yeah.
there's
I
like
just
so
wanna
much
live on
shit like owning your
Why
land.
would? Oh yeah. Well. Yeah, shit.
But
Huh?
I do know the things that comes with owning your land is the fact that the yard might get fucked up, or what is it? What is the thing called where
Bro, even the garbage.
the what's the tank called where for the like the toilet
Oh,
septic tank
Yeah.
could get fucked up and it could fuck up your whole yard type like those type of things. It's just like
But I also
Bro.
think it's also based off of because, like I said, we had this talk a lot, and we joke around, but I understand this point because I was blessed enough to grow up in a house to the fact where I own it.
yeah, I
You know,
wasn't.
so it's like I know how to. And then my grandfather, God bless him, he's still with us, but I like to, God bless him. He taught us how to like me and my cousins how to like. I know like day one plumbing. I know like day one electricity. I'm not like no electrician, but before I make a call to do any and spend money, I'll see like if the problem's simple enough to like
Yeah.
repair it. Like when it comes to like plumbing and stuff like that. But that's stuff you have to like
You have to eventually.
Well, it's stuff you can learn, but it's like if you didn't really grow up around it, or it's not something
It's
that's
like
like
some, but
something.
I would
And then
also
I
give
understand the
responsibility.
convenience. Sorry to cut you off. I understand the convenience. Not to say it's like a bad thing, but like
Bro.
make sure when the property's already taken care of, and all you have
Nothing
to
to worry
focus on
about.
is the house itself,
Yeah.
like the upkeep. That is very like I definitely understand it.
Yeah.
So I can see both sides.
So now, I say all that to say,
My fault. You
No, I was just I understand that part, but I also understand that when I moved out, I taught myself how to cook and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you could teach all these things is something you could be.
Now there's a difference between
Talk.
cooking and plumbing, though.
No,
I
it
have to
is. But I feel like
understand.
the more you, it's just basically like how you upkeep your own car. Like you learn how to do brakes, you learn how to change a tire.
yeah, and I'm gonna go downstairs to my basement that's flooded and be like, let me go on YouTube.
I'm not saying go on
YouTube be-
YouTube. I'm just saying
YouTube
there are
be
resources
coming through though. I ain't gonna
Bro,
lie.
there's no way.
I'm telling you.
I'm saying for me personally, I'm not going downstairs to a flooded basement talking about, all right, man.
You say that until you don't have a choice.
I have a choice.
Well, you have a you have a choice.
just
'cause
gotta
you don't have
spend
a
more
house
I
money.
just
right
don't
now.
understand why
Yeah.
you don't want your own land, bro.
Okay. See, y'all ain't let me finish. But what I was about to say was,
Mhm.
now it's into consideration.
Oh shit!
And this is
You know why? I know why though.
this
What?
is a
'Cause that
mutual.
paper's being made, bro.
Yeah.
That paper is being
So
made.
you saying you
now.
wanted to do a condo because the paper just wasn't there for
No,
it?
No,
I
no.
just
Now
really
it's-
didn't want the responsibility of
Makes
taking
sense.
care of mad shit. But now it's like with New York, like we're talking about, and living, and it's like there's no space.
Somewhere
Yeah.
better.
I just need space. I want a yard. I
Mm.
want to be able to put a hoop up in the back and go shoot around and shit. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
I want to be able to go upstairs and downstairs.
Right.
Yeah.
Something so simple, but very
It's-
important.
How you gonna get away
Most
from the
people
little
don't
Furmans,
understand
bro?
that. Most people don't
You gotta
understand
you gotta have a room for you gotta have a dad room for the little Furmans
I
in the future,
understand,
bro.
I
Low
understand, but
Furman.
Little-
either way, it's in consideration now.
Hey,
So yeah.
that's growth, people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
Never
growth.
never in my life would I have thought I would have said that, but yeah.
okay.
House.
What's your number?
Surprisingly, despite everything, I'm at at least I'll say a 7.5.
Okay.
You know, I feel with everything that I said has going on, and I know I'm being ambiguous about it because it's none of your business. But it's despite everything that's going on, I'm still keeping positive through it. I'm like honestly rested for the first time in a while, and to the point where like okay,
Catch up on that.
I can
rest.
catch up on.
Right.
I caught up on a lot too since it has not been like I'm just just chilling at home. I'm still working. Like I'm still training people. I've gotten a new client. I'm helping out our boy here because he's got big things coming up, and like it's pretty much that. Don't laugh at him.
It's the face he's
It's
making.
just my face. It's okay.
It's the face.
And I'm like I said, I'm feeling good about myself. Now, in order to keep with this good feeling, like I said, I have to make stuff happen.
Mhm.
So it's a moment, and it's a 7.5. And I know that does seem like it's not an 8, it's not a 9, but a 7.5.
I think
is still
if
good.
people watch this, they understand that a 7.5 is great for you
Exactly.
in general.
Yeah.
If they actually paying attention, they understand that when you're at a 7.5, it's like an amazing thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I look forward to the days where I'm at like a 9 or 10.
Okay.
You know
It's
what I'm
coming.
saying?
It's
I
all
know.
coming.
It's on its way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, pissing y'all off,
Oh, the
grinding your
gears.
gears.
Yo,
Who want to kick it off?
I'm gonna go last because I got a couple.
I feel like we might agree on this, or y'all might have this, maybe in the chamber as well. Now, I normally have tried my best, especially with New York City, to just not be this ignorant and be an asshole and just be very considerate of people that are coming here to change their lives. But yo, Mr. Adams,
Immigrants.
Yo,
this shit is
this is out of
you're going
control.
too far,
Yeah,
dog.
you're right.
You're
You're
going way
gone
too
too
blood
far,
clot
dog.
far. Like, nah, this whole prepaid card shit,
Yo,
talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna put money back into the communities and you can only buy supplies for your kids and diapers and shit. Nigga, you really think if you give people a prepaid card with money on it, they're only gonna buy that? Are you dumb? Like,
I didn't
bro,
even hear about this shit.
you didn't hear about
I
this?
read the article.
Son,
I didn't take it seriously because like how
So
does that gonna
give me
fucking
a
work?
quick explanation.
he's asking for a bill to be passed so that
Prepaid,
like
like
all
a
the
stipend,
migrants,
right?
they'll get like a card.
Like a stipend, like
Yeah,
a
a
card.
stipend, basically.
Yeah,
yeah,
where
Which
it's like,
the other state that sent them over here was supposed to give them in the first place?
well, they're not state. Remember, they're not statewide. They're immigrants. So like, he's saying he's going to give these immigrants this stipend or these cards with income on it
With
to
what
allow
money?
them into.
Oh,
That's a good question.
With what money?
What money
Where
do you
do you
think
think
they're
it's coming
taking
from?
Who do you think is
My
funding
taxes?
yeah.
What the hell?
Thank
that? This nigga's
you.
out of his mind, bro.
He's fucking crazy.
Yo,
Most of these dudes has got bikes and they're delivering in the city.
Most of them. Some of them are even beating up cops on a regular basis.
I heard they starting to rob people, snatching phones like this is
or,
like foreign shit.
again, or beating up cops and getting away with it.
Fam.
But I just think it's wild because when I take public transportation, there's always a section empty because there's homeless people.
yeah,
And how are you not tending to the people in your state that have been in the
This
state
is true.
prior, and you're servicing people that are coming from outside? Again, I don't want to be ignorant.
nah,
It's
not
not
trying to-
ignorance. It's
it's
just
not
the simple fact
ignorance.
that you live here. And
Yeah,
you
and
have
it's
some
an
upkeep to
inconvenience,
have.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
And they're making it harder on us.
The fuck?
And it's a domino effect. Cause not to get political, I'm not gonna get political, but it all this falls. It goes from Mayor Adams to our
Up.
current
Yeah,
president,
yeah.
and that's just
From what I understand, they're saying that he basically is trying to get it to the where the migrants are like legal by the time it's voting.
mhm.
So,
So
he
he
has
can-
all their votes. You see what I'm saying?
But that's a practice as old as time. You know,
I don't
Yeah.
know. That turnaround time is kind of ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
But
This is why we follow
we
politics,
seen crazier things happen.
I'm not I would never. I would always say someone who said that like you don't have to follow it, but just know what's going on. Because I don't consider
No,
myself
I've
a
seen
politician
it. Like
either.
that was the crazy part. I remember I went when I went to the pop-up shop for this.
Mm-hmm.
I seen them all in line and it was cold outside. I'm like, yo, fam, this can't be me. Like
Mhm.
shit. Like
Mhm.
all y'all here
Yeah,
just
bro.
chilling, just waiting to get a spot. Like I don't know, fam. It's just I feel sad for it, but then it's just like you also have to understand what you're bringing them into and stuff like that. There's not so much space in New York that you could
And it's
fulfill all
it's
these
a
people.
That's the
fucking.
worst part.
It's not even a jungle no more. It's a fucking like it's. I'm trying to. It's a war zone out here.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. It's
People
expensive.
fighting for roommates.
Fighting,
Yeah,
fighting
like-
for roommates because you can't afford it.
Yeah.
We're not. Nobody's buying an apartment. They're buying rooms, space that are in the like 4-digit numbers, which
For
is
real.
insane,
It's
bro.
crazy, bro.
That is crazy. You know,
Then
taxes is are worrying the hell out of us.
they started the what's it called? Congestional pricing shit.
Congestional pricing.
So what is it? I think from like 23rd Street to like almost Harlem.
They're gonna,
charging you to go.
No, I told you that. The toll in the city.
It started though.
Yeah. Oh, it just now started?
It started.
didn't know
probably
that,
like
actually.
a month ago.
No, I told you that.
I knew we talked about it. I didn't know they started
Yeah,
it.
they started it.
I thought they
So,
been started when I seen it. Shit.
Yeah, New York is crazy.
Yo.
The city is always going to be congested no matter what you do. I'm sorry.
But it's bad now because now it's like you even touched on it. It's becoming difficult to afford.
You gotta think about it. It got somewhat. I'm not gonna say empty, but like a lot of people left during the pandemic, and
Mhm.
now it's like 3 times as crowded,
Yeah.
which is
Because
fucking crazy.
some people
Because now
either
people
came
moved
back.
in or came
Yeah,
back.
basically,
Or,
it's like no matter what, the amount of people that leave, there's gonna probably be double that come back,
Facts.
and that's the worst part. And I had that conversation with if you're not ready to purchase a car, don't purchase a car. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
At-
sorry, like
this
public
point-
transportation and actually having your own car, there are pros and cons to both sides of it.
absolutely.
The train is always gonna fuck up. Simple fact. 2, you're gonna pay more to fix your car and stuff like that if it breaks down on you. It's the
car's your
maintenance
lifeline,
about
man.
how you live and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
if you work in the city, don't get no fucking car. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense
Yeah.
to do that shit. If you work there, don't ever think that a car is gonna save your life. It really is not. You're gonna
It
pay
is-
more.
I do understand the convenience though.
Yeah.
It is so.
That's also
convenient, but,
that's
like,
that's a pro of having a car is that you
You-
could just dip off and make sure you get somewhere on time. But you're gonna pay that extra bill.
Well, you have to make sure your car. Like this is why it's important. Like every little feature, you got to make sure your car.
Everything.
yeah.
I don't
for
care if
sure.
you see like your oil is low, get that shit changed right away.
It's always
Mhm.
something though.
Fucking,
You're
yeah.
always gonna run into.
Yeah, it's always
something.
gonna be something. It's always gonna like you said, there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
Like both. Let me go real quick.
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead.
make this quick. It is 2, but I'm gonna just blitz through it. So the first thing, you and I, what I say, we talked about this. It's a gym thing, ladies.
Oh man.
We are in 2024 now.
Here we go.
I'm making a public service announcement, and I'm not speaking for all men. I'm just speaking for myself. You feel me? So, if y'all in the gym, and like, I don't know if y'all been seeing these videos, but the outfits are getting skimpier and skimpier, and I'm seeing pum-pums everywhere.
Amen.
I'm seeing camel toes. I'm seeing asses.
Amen.
I'm not averting my eyes no more. Them days are done. You want to make content and videos of it? Cool. But your whole pum-pum is out and you're working out in my general direction.
Mm.
I'm not actively seeking y'all, but when I'm curling or deadlifting or squatting or doing something,
If I see you in the mirror,
and you're in my mirror or you're like literally like in my view, because I've had like, I like to, for my warm up, I jump rope and I look at the mirror and then you have like a girl with the like tightest of tightest outfits, like ass just boom right in front of me.
Mm.
And I'm just like, I used to like, all right, let me
What
go
am
to
I
the
supposed to do?
Right. What am I supposed to do? Nah, I don't want to be on TikTok. Fuck TikTok. I don't give a fuck no more. Get the fuck out the way, or like you just gonna have to worry about me. Like I'ma just be in your general direction. I'm looking. Fuck out of here. You have your own. There's a video out now, like
I
that
want to
ass,
have an
of a
honest
girl doing like
conversation about that.
doing like a hip thrust, and like, bro, like she's wearing like the shorts, but like there's like she's like a wrestler. Like she's like,
Like the
Yeah,
leg.
a lot.
she's a lot. I see a lot. Like shit had to be blurred out. Like I saw hair, and it's like he's like that's what I'm saying. It's like, what are we doing now? Like what kind
Hair?
of hair?
Nah.
I shouldn't know you have hair unless like we intimate or some shit like
Yeah,
that. You feel me?
Nah, fam.
So this is just a
It's not
public
Jamaica,
second.
fam.
Mm.
It's not Jamaica.
You feel me? The second thing, and I'll go through this as well too. Anybody who has a car, a vehicle, you feel me? And you installed these solar flare high beams that make me feel like I'm in a Dragon Ball Z episode. Y'all can eat a dick
Mm.
and fuck all of y'all. Especially those who have car. Okay, if you have like a BM, a luxury car, and you want to soup it up, that's completely understandable. I'm talking about the ones with a 1999 Camry and I'm getting blinded behind me because I don't even fucking know why. At 3 a.m, like, yo, what are we doing here? There ain't no reason why I'm getting solar flared like every other turn. Like the roads are
Solar
not,
flare.
we do not live in the South. There are fucking lights like everywhere.
I just
You
wish
feel-
them lights would be brighter. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
That's
I
the
completely
worst part
understand
about
that.
it.
I would rather you drive more cautiously than blind motherfuckers. Cause it'd be the ones coming the opposite way. That's just like, yo, I seen like a tractor trailer
Mm.
where like you like these LA, not even in UV, those LED lights.
Mhm.
Why the fuck does a tractor trailer have LED lights? Like that shit makes no sense. Like, I'm like, what are we
Hey,
doing
gotta,
here?
Gotta see, bro.
Gotta see. LED. You know what LED
Gotta-
lights,
I know,
right?
I know.
Gotta see.
I'm
So
aware.
you can see when the lights are purple.
Hey, man.
Gotta see.
You see better when the lights are red.
Gotta
man.
see.
Green's your color.
I'm just saying.
Gotta see.
Gotta
That's
see.
wild, bro.
It's
So
a-
fuck all y'all. Like, it's not necessary. Or be more cautious of who you blinding, because like that shit cost.
Be more. Nah, you're wild.
What? Be more cautious.
How
bro,
you
of
be
who
more
you
cautious
blinding.
of who you
How?
blinding?
Cut your shits off.
Ah.
You in the fucking lane, like with.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Go
bro.
ahead, because I know you sound like you do some shit like that.
No, I can't see.
You sound like you do.
I'm
some shit
sorry. The way my eyes work, if a high beam is in front of my face,
Then-
I can't see.
Then going back
It
to the
fucks
last.
me up.
Then going back to the last grind.
I put my
gears,
high beams on.
Going back to the last grind gears. Maybe you're one of those niggas that need to start taking the train. Maybe you're one of those niggas
I'm
that
sorry.
needs to be taking the train.
I'm sorry. I've been in a situation where I've seen people high beam me to the point where I can't see in front of me. I've had that situation. I'm not saying I intentionally high beam other people. I'm just saying there are a lot of situations. For me, I have bad eyes. So no matter what, even if you're coming from a different direction and you got high beams on, it blinds me. It fucks me up.
Mm.
I need those high beam lights to go forward.
Okay.
Or else it could be a situation. For those other people you're talking about, they're just fucking assholes. It's just that simple fact.
So what you said you have IB on to see, right?
I needed to see.
That's fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the ones.
I know
'cause
people who
I'm
actually
not
had the
even talking
lights.
about this. I'm not even talking about the high beams. I know.
You talking about the
I'm talking about the
color
solar
lights.
Yeah.
flares.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I've seen 'em.
There's niggas that get solar flares installed on their high beams
Yeah.
to just blind.
Yeah, it's
people.
ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's just an accessory. It's not necessary.
Nah, it's a dickhead accessory.
People with like trucks, Jeep or Cherokees and all that shit. And,
Well,
and the
the
Wranglers and stuff
Stuff like that.
It just
like
looks
that's
good.
that's what I expect. It's the ones with, like I said, the 93 Camrys,
The little
the
vans.
2000 van. Like
The family vans
Bro.
and shit.
Yeah.
I
you
hate
putting
that
money.
shit.
Why you souping up? What are you putting solar flares on that shit? Like,
You gotta see.
That's all they got,
gotta
bro.
see.
That's all they
Gotta
got.
take the train, bro.
Pride and joy.
Take the train.
Pride and joy, baby.
Go on the train. So that's what's been grinding my.
All right, for me, one, stop wearing fucking pajamas in the gym. Stop wearing fucking pajamas to school.
I got another one.
I know your parents.
Y'all made me.
I know
Yeah,
your parents.
I got the brain.
bought y'all
going today.
clothes that you don't got to go to school in fucking pajamas. I'm sorry, that's just fucking lazy.
Now, when you say school, you talking about like school, like grade school or college?
Grade
Nah.
school.
Well, hold on. Let me just defend.
College?
No, let them.
Let me defend it.
No. Let me do it. College, I wore sweatpants. I never wore.
bro.
I wore shorts.
Bro,
I never wore
hold on.
pajamas, pants.
As a person that has never, all right, in high school, I think the only time I've ever worn pajamas was pajama day, right?
Yeah.
But I went to high school with, a lot of white folk, some Russians in there. Guess what?
PJs?
PJs and a North Face.
Don't fucking understand
That
shit.
was the fit.
Don't make
Damn.
sense.
Damn. Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
I,
I swear, if my future
I-
kid goes to school
See,
with
if I lived
pajamas
on
on,
campus,
I'm smacking shit.
you can't. I'm
Sorry.
wearing pajamas.
nigga, if I'm running late to class and I roll out of bed, it is
It is what it is.
like-
It is what it is. But
But no, the gym is
yeah, the gym
outrageous.
is wild.
Like, what the fuck?
like,
Get
what are
gym-
you doing?
Get gym clothes.
Yeah,
Get shorts and a shirt.
pajamas. Like, what are we doing? Like,
That's see, people
And
gotta
they're
learn
all
gym
kids.
etiquette.
Yeah.
You seen them.
yeah,
They're
I've seen 'em.
kids. They're not adults. They're
They
just
gotta-
kids.
They gotta learn gym etiquette. What's your
Female in a whole fucking bonnet and shit. Like,
Well, all right, hold on, brother, hold on. Now.
No.
You
hold
saw
on.
it.
No.
yeah.
You don't understand. There's
She
a difference
got
between
out of.
a
She just walked
bonnet
out of bed
and a hair tie.
like
if you gotta
with
tie your hair,
with
that's
the hair
fine.
wrapped
Wait.
up. fam.
Wait,
She had a whole
wait,
like.
Glasses
What
on
she
and
put-
shit.
was she putting in work?
She gotta see.
Was she putting in work?
She looked like she
I
was a
don't
rookie.
even know. We don't pay.
She looked like she was a rookie.
Yeah.
She wasn't. She was,
It was like-
sweating in the
It
gym.
looked like her man was like, "Yo,
But
babe,
you
come
sweating.
get to the
Why?
gym."
Why would you sweat in your bonnet though? That's what you gotta sleep in.
Wearing
trying to-
I don't
furry
wear the
pajama
same-
pants.
I don't wear the
Wait,
same head.
This is the same person?
Yes. Look, you know how your woman go to the salon and she's like, "Yo, baby, let me wrap this up and put the bonnet on top." She went to
That's
the gym like
crazy.
Hey,
that.
you sweating in
Nah.
that, bro?
All right, well, can't defend that. You're on your own, buddy.
Third, I meant to say this before. This is a little personal for me.
All right, here we go.
To the family members who use their anger to disrespect our elders and stuff like that,
Oh,
I need y'all to understand this. Do not fucking use your anger to burn a bridge that you can't
Repair.
repair, and understand. Stop biting the hand that fucking feeds you, because there's a lot of older people in our family who have sit here and done the utmost when they had no reason to.
I can second
I
that.
could.
If
agree
you
with that.
know who you are,
Mm.
just understand that as far as family goes, I do not consider you family.
Damn.
I do not wish to rehash whatever this is, because once you disrespect people that I look up to as my parents, because it's not just your mother, it's your grandmother, it's other people, then we have a problem. And it's not like I'm going to confront it, but we have issues and there's no way it could be fixed. Just that simple. I have family
I wish
that
we had one of those buttons. I really do.
I'm just saying, I meant to say this before because it was fresh then, but I forgot to. There's not going to be rehashing. It's just a simple fact. I have family that I choose that's outside of my own family that I consider blood. And they're also family that are my blood that I consider the utmost to a high regard. And if they are disrespected on who they are as a parent, who they are as a human being, it's a problem for me. And I choose to stay out of it for certain reasons, because if I do, I'm going to become an evil person, and I don't want to be that person. So, to say that, that's all I got from it.
Sheesh.
All right. I feel you.
My one last thing, since you was talking about pajamas. I have no beef with people that wear Crocs. I know they're comfortable.
Very comfortable.
I understand. It's not for you.
I know.
I'm closing my eyes because I don't want to see y'all. Just help me understand why you have socks, Crocs, and it's raining outside. Help me understand how that works.
I've only done it when it's drizzling. If it's drizzling.
Not you too. Oh my God.
No.
Bro.
If I didn't know it was supposed to rain and it happens.
Bro, I've seen rain.
Oh, like rain?
Rain.
I don't understand that.
And it's
sorry.
like,
it's not
are
me.
your feet not wet?
It's not me. Trust me,
Like,
that's not me. If I know it's pouring down raining, you ain't seen me outside with no Crocs.
Do you see these people like they like walking? They're like going for like a quick like what I like.
Bro.
You wouldn't really know.
Bro,
Yeah,
I don't care if you're going for a 2-minute walk. Why do you want your feet to get wet? Just help me understand this shit. I don't understand, bro. What the fuck? I don't care if you're going downstairs to get a package that was left right there. Put on some fucking boots or something. It is raining. You have on socks and Crocs and your feet are gonna get wet. There's no way you dodging the rain?
Passionate about this. I feel you.
Bro, because I've seen it too much. And I know, like we're talking about with the whole pajama things, it's a lot of these little kids. And yo, shout outs to y'all. You know, when I was 16, if I could have went on streaming and made tons of money, I'd have loved to do that shit. But unfortunately, I missed that shit. But in terms of what you wear, if you are wearing fucking socks, Crocs, and it's raining or fucking snow flurries.
Snow. Oh, God.
What the fuck,
worst.
man? I don't understand that shit.
That's the worst.
That's it. That's all I got. That's my whole thing.
Okay.
All right.
So, starting my topic then. I want to have a conversation. It don't got to be serious. I don't want y'all to construe this as me attacking this situation. I just want to have the conversation with my niggas about this. Church life.
Okay.
When you were younger.
Okay.
You remember what it was like?
I can't forget that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, from what my understanding was, we had to go to church when we were younger.
Yes.
We had to make sure we pull up every Sunday, stuff like that, until we were of age. Do you remember that age that you got to choose when to go to church?
For me, I'm not gonna say choose.
Yeah, that's what
I
got an option to.
Nah, I feel like sophomore year of high school, I was like, all right, man, that's it. No more for me. That's not to say
So about the same age, basically.
I believe in a higher power and all that, but in terms of me physically going to church, it was quiet.
Okay, so I remember me when I turned 15, 16 like him, my grandmother actually approached me to say, you have a choice now to go to church. I'm not going to force you to go to church anymore.
Your grandmother's a sweet person. She's a sweet person. She's a woman of God. I appreciate her.
The thing about my grandmother was that my grandmother was probably like the main force to go to church. I had a mother that Sunday came, cleaning time. She would play church songs in the house, but as far as going to church, it really wasn't like a push thing. It was like my grandpa when I was 5 was like taking him to church. Cool. And I'm grateful for that because I got to meet great friends and have great friends that I actually grown up with
Mm.
in church. But there was always that stigma, like, damn, I gotta go to church. Like I remember the days where I used to knock out because I'll be up till 2 o'clock in the morning, go to
in our
church.
day, church was long, and
What's long for you? Exactly?
so I was trying to go last because between the two of you,
No,
I
it
feel like
could,
I'm
we
the,
could go back and
he
forth.
was like raised.
I
in
was
the
raised in the church.
so it's a little
Okay.
I was like my grandfather's a pastor. He's been
Oh, right,
pastor.
right, I
He's been the
forgot, I'm
pastor
sorry.
for
Damn.
like going on 60. He's 60 years, probably more. You
Mm.
know, I've been ingrained in the church since really when I was born, and I have no regrets about it. I wouldn't say I had much of a choice in the beginning, but it did become a thing where I enjoyed going. Like I like because I did a lot there too. Like I was a drummer.
Mm.
I learned how to play
Oh,
guitar
you was in
there.
it.
Yeah, he was in it to win
I
it.
was like
Sheesh.
I was a junior deacon, and I was
Mm.
the youth pastor at one point. You know,
Ah,
I was
damn.
in it. You feel me? And even throughout like high school, like I was in it. You know, when I wouldn't say it was much of a choice as much as like just circumstances. Like it just became just hard as I started working more and more
Yeah,
to
definitely.
keep going. And then I slowly because the church I grew up in, everybody was family. I can't speak on like obviously everybody's church is
It's
different.
usually supposed to be like a community,
that,
family
right?
type of
But
thing.
I also felt like, not to go too into this, that my grandfather, outside of being a great pastor, is a great man. And so he's the one that kind of like taught me like in terms of like being like having like a integrity and just how to be a man and basically not get pushed around and all this
Mhm.
stuff. So I say it up to say like he can like I'm trying not to go too into this because like I don't want to go into the conglomerate and
Yeah.
thing of church, but you know how certain churches can be when it comes to like, all right, it's tithes time, you know what I'm saying? You know, give your rent, you know what I'm saying? God says if you don't have, God bless your heart, but you need like it wasn't really like that. Like if you didn't have your tithes, like he obviously pay your tithes, but if you didn't have it, like my grandfather, he's gonna make sure because he's not the type to like take that money and pocket it for himself. All that goes towards the church. We funded it to make the building bigger, get a new organ if it's broken. Like you're paying towards the stuff that
So,
we
in the church.
in the church.
Mhm.
To answer your questions, by the way, back in the day, thank God it's not this way, but we used to we would be in church at like 10 in the morning to like 6 to 7 at night. And
Man.
it was I don't know how we got through it, but it was like that's what it was. You know, you're a kid, you just do
That was
it.
a work shift.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a
You
whole
need to
work
get
day.
paid for that.
And then you got to go to school the next day. You feel
That's
me? Like I would like to
crazy.
have
That's
Sunday
wild.
to watch cartoons and shit, but
That's crazy.
it was good and it was bad just because of the length of time. But
I remember my grandmother used to do Sunday school. I used to hate this. I would be the first kid there early, 8 o'clock,
Mm.
Sunday school.
mhm.
Luckily, my church ended at 1:30, so I didn't have to worry about this.
Lucky you.
And once I got the
Lucky you.
choice to go to church, never went that early again.
Yeah.
I made sure that I came for the sermon, and then when it was over, I was out. That's it.
Right.
Like it was easier for me to just like, why am I here during the day to talk to all these other people and stuff? Like, if my people's not here, I don't want to be here. So let me just pull. Even if they was there,
Mhm.
yo, y'all see me at 12 o'clock for the sermon starts, and then we could talk after,
Right.
and then call it a day. Like I don't feel like we need. I still believe in a higher power. I still am Christian. I still believe that everything happens for a reason, all this other stuff. But I don't feel the need to always have to go to church. And there have been circumstances where when I started working in the plant, if I work Saturday from 7:30 to 4:30, you ain't catching me at church the next day. It was just that simple
It's just
fact.
like, yeah.
And it's just like eventually the older you get, the more you be like, I don't have to go to church if I believe in these things. If
Right.
I actually live a certain type of way of life,
Mhm.
maybe I don't have to always go to church so much. But I just want to ask with your kids, church wise. I'm assuming since your grandfather is a pastor and stuff, that your kids would automatically have some type of bigger
I would
influence.
I would like to have my kids. I've thought about this. I would want my kids to like I would introduce my kids to church.
Yeah.
But I think the difference between what I've been through and them is like I would I would bring them to church.
Smoother. Yeah.
I'll smooth them in, but as they get older and they start kind of figuring things out, I would still encourage them to go to church. Um, or but at the core, at the end of the day, I would just maintain the values of
What
what
it
it is.
means to
You know what I'm
be,
saying?
yeah.
Or find your own values because you mentioned like I don't go to church much these days just
Mm.
because of my time or whatever. And that doesn't mean I don't still I do also believe in the higher power. I still study scriptures and stuff like that. Ironically, it's not the only scriptures I read.
Mhm.
I've taken dips into other forms of religion just for the sake of understanding. It's not like I'm doing it to like,
Yeah.
oh, but I've because you have questions. Like I've always grew up with questions about certain things. Not nothing bad, but like you want to know like how certain things are as you grow up.
Mm.
You're often told because we were all born from an era of do what I say,
Stigma.
stigma.
Stigma, like,
Meaning
oh,
don't
we
ask
gotta
any
go to church.
questions.
Yeah.
Do what I say, get dressed, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, why can't we just have church at home? Or something like that. It's not really like up to like get your ass dressed. It's church time. That's what it is. And not to say that's one of my questions, but it just goes to show like you're taught in the church not to really question too much things.
Mhm.
And not really taught, but like it's encouraged.
I think the older you get though, but that was the thing for me. I felt like that's what Sunday school's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It should
Yeah.
be like even if I'm 6, 7 years old, why did he do this?
Yeah.
Right.
What is the meaning behind this?
This.
If you're really interested, personally, me, I wasn't really interested to be at Sunday school. It's 8:00 in the damn morning. You really not getting my attention span at this point.
Mm.
But I'm just saying, like, I know I was raised on the stigma. That's just because it's me and stuff, and I'm a kid. As a kid, you're gonna be like, oh, I gotta go to this like every Sunday. Like,
Right.
I want to lay up in the house and watch cartoons or go outside and play with my friends. I don't want to be here in this sweaty place hearing a pastor talk about something that I don't even understand yet. Like certain things like that. But
That's understandable.
I do want to also, for my future kids, to basically change the stigma to say like, okay, we don't gotta go to church every Sunday, but I want you to learn certain things just to move forward in life. Like
Mhm.
it doesn't have to be pressured into you, but
Right.
I'm gonna give you a choice at a certain point to say, hey, if you don't want to go to church, just at least do these couple things to just make up for the fact that you're not going to church.
Right.
Or tell me what you got from actually being in church for these
Right.
amount of years or something.
All right. So my not really situation, but it's a little different. So I was raised Catholic.
I figured you come from
But my pops, so I didn't realize this till I was like a teenager. He had a picture of Elijah Muhammad on the wall. So I just saw a dude with a star hat. It's like, all right, whatever. And then he would tell me about him from time to time. Then when I got like 17, I started like reading and shit. So also too, sister is Buddhist. I'm getting all types of shit, yo. Like my sister used to drag me to some of her shit. I listen to my pops from time to time, and my mom, who is still Catholic to this day, was
right.
rocking out like, all right,
That's
man.
interesting. So you have three
You-
different
Views of things.
yeah religions essentially that you grew up with.
I mean, technically,
Or was around.
yeah,
Yeah.
like influenced by.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So with that said, in regards to like having a child or children, and as religion goes, I just want them to understand that there is a higher power.
Yeah.
In terms of what structure they go to or building or whatever, however you want to deem it, temple, whatever, that's on them.
Okay.
I respect
When
that
they reach-
entirely. I do.
When they get old enough to be like, yo, all right, Dad, I'm gonna be Muslim or I'm gonna be Catholic, I'm gonna be Christian. All right, do your thing. I'm not here to refute that. Whatever you believe in, you believe in. I just don't want any atheists around me. I'm gonna make sure.
So what happens if your child ends up being atheist, basically?
That's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have to have a lot of conversations.
I'll
And like,
definitely
how
want
did
to
you
talk
end
to
up
him.
here?
Like, yeah, I was like, what?
Where you get this from?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
why? Because there's always like an atheist, you have to show evidence and proof of like
you don't believe.
these things, how you don't believe that
Yeah.
these things were coming from this.
A,
Like,
lo-
Right.
and
a lot
that's-
of atheists that I've come across. I'm not saying this is the norm, but a lot of atheists that I've come across often kind of exudes like they were brought up to the church, but like you talk about, they were forced and they really didn't want to do it.
And that
And then
turned
that
them
turned
into.
them in.
But that
Not to-
sounds so weird.
Not
Nah, it's-
necessarily, because
Mhm.
it's like, imagine basically, it's kind of like, I don't want to say like working, but imagine basically being forced to something you don't necessarily understand or do or not necessarily. And then, not to mention, sometimes they feel some type of way, like they
Could it
have
be
these
trauma too?
Could be trauma.
be.
It could be strictly enforced to the point if they didn't go or if they didn't read certain things.
Like,
Like,
well,
there's
they don't
different.
exist.
Yeah.
Like, life is just terrible
Right.
for
Like,
you.
as much as the religion I brought up, I was never beat for like misremembering a scripture or something.
Right,
like
right,
that.
right.
I can imagine these different type of sets of religion
I
that
mean,
just
yeah.
force their views on you in terms of like beating it
Get
into
that
your
ruler
skull.
and shit.
I was taught and I retain what I've taught. And even now, yes, I do remember my teachings, but I operate in, not to say a different manner, but
Just
much
your
like
manner.
Travis said, I've seeked my own, what we
Yeah.
call my own answers.
And that's the most important thing.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was in a more healthier sense. There have been some like more situations where it's either unhealthy or rather like, or maybe like you said, the lack of evidence, like maybe life or
I
whatever.
mean, at the end of the day, sometimes you could understand an atheist because it's just like there's so much terror in this world.
That's
Mhm.
true.
It's like if there is a higher power, why
Why?
is these things
But
happening?
it's like, certain things have to happen for other things to
Yeah.
transpire.
And that's the
Yeah.
thing that they hate to hear.
Yeah.
Whenever I talk to someone that's like, I have no like I'm not afraid. He wouldn't be mad. But one of my best friends in the world, he's atheist, but he's real respectful about it in terms of like, he doesn't like beat me over the head with it to a point where we always have to debate.
and those are annoying.
Yeah, that's where like, you know what I'm saying? And I tell him like this. I say like, basically, and he's like, if I'm never gonna bash you because like you don't see what I see, because I personally can attest to like I should have been gone years ago, and it has to be nothing but divine interventions that I've gotten out of situations where I shouldn't have been.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like something just happened because it's just. I mean, yeah, it's easy to break things down to a science because it's easy to basically sit here. I don't want to say science is easy, but it's easy to just see something just like the reason why it is because we break it up to
Right, right,
molecules
right.
and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are things that we three of us can attest to that just happens and we have no explanation why it happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like in terms of evidence of our lives of what we've been through, we can talk like that. Now we talk about the rest of the world, it's hard to basically like it's hard to talk about the logic of man.
Humans.
You feel humans. And I say man, not gender, but humans, like you
Yeah.
said. Like why things happen, why, so many terrible things are happening to people. It's like, why would God let this thing happen? And we were gifted
We
with
weren't
free
made to be perfect.
We weren't made to be perfect, and we were gifted with the gift of free will.
Yeah.
We were gifted with the will. Basically, we can do with our
Anything.
lives anything we want.
Yeah.
Some people decided to make a world a better place. Some people chose greed and decided to make other people suffer. As long as I'm good, that doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Right.
I want to get my sick satisfaction whatever way I
Or
can.
I just want to destroy the world.
Yeah, and that's just what human nature is. Like, I've heard things like that. Well, why would Hitler be a thing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
but you talk about Hitler. Look at the people that followed him, and I don't want to bring it up, but look at the people that I'm just
Nah,
giving an
you're right.
example.
Yeah.
They had the free will to like, nah, this nigga tripping. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not, but no, they
Nah,
decided
they
to,
agreed with him.
yeah,
Yeah.
To a certain extent. Yeah, but yeah. If they were atheists, we would
I have
said,
them be a
lot of
talk.
conversations. I'm not dragging anybody to. You're gonna come to church now, like nah. We're gonna definitely hash out some things though,
Mhm.
for sure.
Okay. I got a surprise question for y'all,
Okay.
basically. If you had $8,000, right?
Mhm.
You had 40 hours to spend this shit, even though you really don't need
I could.
40 hours.
Okay, go ahead.
Pick one store that you would spend $8,000 in. I had two. If you have two different options, okay. But what is the store?
It has to be a store.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you that. It has to be a store.
Has to be a store that you're gonna spend this $8,000 with. Yeah.
$8,000 on one store.
I would either go to Apple or
Apple. Mhm.
one of these Damn, it's not really a store. I was gonna say Zillow or something of that nature.
Like
It's not a
online?
store,
It counts. It's an online
but
store. It counts.
no, but I'm saying like real
apartment?
estate. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? $8,000? I could
Yeah.
use that for something, bro.
I would.
It doesn't count.
It's a down payment towards
It
something.
doesn't count.
All right, so
You talking about? Okay, let's
Alright,
specify.
yeah.
You're talking about
So
spending
you want me
the
to
money,
tell you? You want me to tell you
Yeah.
my options, and then it'll help you.
or specify. What do you mean? Like, you mean like
why do I
spend-
have to spend this $8,000 at the store?
Don't worry about it.
Well, no,
Okay,
that's
okay.
not what I meant. I meant like you
Okay,
mean
for me,
spending it in terms of like,
spending it.
yeah.
So for me, I said either Primark or AutoZone.
You spent $8,000 on Primark.
That's fucking insane.
That's insane.
It's a general store. It's not
but
just,
still,
it's not
$8,000. You could buy everything in that store though.
So basically, somebody told me they said they would pick BJ's, Costco, and stuff like that, which is a great
Yeah,
idea.
That's
for
a
the
good
household.
idea. Household thing.
And groceries and stuff, basically. Somebody told me Best Buy or Target type shit.
But see, this is hard for me because it's like I wouldn't do
That's
that
why
with
you got two
$8,000.
Yeah.
I would not go to these stores
Hey,
if I had like.
I'm forcing you
Okay.
into a box.
All right,
Now-
yeah, all right, I get
All
that.
right, here's my thing. If I went to Apple and got $8,000 worth of shit, I could flip all of that,
That's true.
right?
That's
That
why I
is
said
true.
for AutoZone. Flip the shit.
Yeah, that's true too. I guess the other one, this is gluttony.
Do your thing.
I want to pick Target, but I'm gonna be selfish and go with Nordstrom Rack.
Oh,
Okay.
What?
No,
It's
ain't
$8,000.
that
Y'all just gave me
I'm
$8,000.
not
Do your
saying nothing.
thing.
I'm just waiting.
That's-
Again,
Next
I
not
one.
bad.
Again, I could go flip whatever the fuck I get in there
It's
too.
not bad.
I'm just
That's what I'm saying. You can flip Primark clothes too, bro. If you
I
want to.
guess.
Damn.
That what
Why $8,000?
I don't know.
specifically?
My
That
girl
was
asked me that question. She said 8,000. It's a weird number, but whatever.
All right.
What you got?
Damn. Because I'm not much of a shopper anyway, like that. But if I guess, I don't know.
I'm thinking about ways to make money.
Yeah, that's the problem.
saying?
I would seek that 8,000 and see how I can flip it to more. But I'll probably, if I had to like have $8,000, I'll probably go to one of these like stores that I've never like like caught myself in, Gucci, Prada, shit like that. Just to see what they're offering, see what I can buy. I'm
You
pretty
might
sure.
lose that money quick.
Yeah,
as
that's what I'm saying. I'm
fuck.
probably sure I'm only
Yeah.
can buy like
You could
two
buy-
things
yeah,
in there.
that-
Yeah, you might be like,
Nah.
oh, I only been here 15 minutes.
Right,
right.
Shit.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
All right, I got a better one. I'd take it to like a not Foot Locker, but like a sneakers. Basically, I'd get some Jordans, flip those. You know what I'm saying?
Full Locker?
Foot Locker, some shit.
Flight Club type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Nope.
yeah.
Can't even
Flight
go on
Club,
Flight Club.
Not Flight
Sorry.
Club.
Can't even go on
Flight
Club,
Club will go quick too.
You're gonna get 3 sneakers in
For
there.
real.
What happens?
And if you
Ow.
look at some
Flight
high
Club,
price shit,
maybe
yeah.
I'll probably go online, go on GOAT or some shit like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, get some
Okay.
shit, flip some shit from that.
That's fair.
Got
Yeah.
you. All right. So
That's
You want
mad
me to?
funny.
You ready?
get your shit on.
All right, so I had an interesting question for all of us. So, I was telling Ty, like, I think between the three of us, we've known each other for about 7+ years,
Mhm.
5 to 7 years or whatever, like
Yeah.
that. And like, we kind of gotten each other's personalities from our time. You know what I'm saying?
This is interesting.
So, and I've known Travis a little longer than you,
Mhm.
and we've talked about like our past here and there. But I'm very curious to go like more in depth with it. Like, how basically, my question to you guys is, throughout the I want to say the prime of your years, because that's not the way to say it, but basically, you remember that Dave Chappelle skit? Basically, you had 18, 24
Yeah,
to now. Basically, how are you like, how has your personality, the demeanor, and your thought processes changed through the I guess the main parts of your years? So your thought process at 18, how was that like versus your thought process at 24,
Y'all
25?
gonna be
versus-
like, this motherfucker. So, I used to be high-headed like you.
I'm high-headed. Damn.
Then I
All
transformed or evolved into super chill like Ty.
Mr. Zen.
And then I brought both of those worlds together, which is where I'm at right now.
Right.
So it's like, I know when to be a little like, chill out.
So I guess my follow-up to that, which would be
Mhm.
what,
Like what ages?
not even what ages,
So do you
but
want to
no,
keep
what
it at 18, 21, and I'm 25 and 30?
I just said those for reference, but you
Nah,
could tell.
when-
But what I really want to know is when did you feel like, what age was you started to shift in terms of like your mindset and personality? Because like you said, you started maybe 50, it could be 15. At 15, you was a
alright,
hothead.
So
Then like when you turned 20,
nah,
just,
high
you just-
school. Yeah, high school was a wild time.
yeah.
I went away to college. I was in Hudson Valley for a year, and that was my first time living on my own.
Mm,
So that kind of made me mature super quick.
wow.
Had to learn how to cook all that shit. I live with my cousin though, so it wasn't like that crazy. Then we both transferred separately. So that's when I went to Buffalo. He went to Syracuse.
Right.
Um, Now I'm in an environment with new people. So the whole hot-headed shit out the window. Because I had to adapt to my surroundings. So I
Yeah,
couldn't be
exactly.
like,
Yeah, I know what that means.
fuck's wrong with y'all niggas? Why y'all like this? Somebody gotta clean up. Like, nah. I had to learn how to communicate and talk to people like, yo, bro, we all live in this dorm. Can you just keep your side a little tidy? You know what I'm saying? After graduation and shit, came back to New York in the quest of job hunting. Super humbled because I learned the world is not as easy as it looks. Like, I'm not just gonna walk outside, hey, got my degree. Can I get a job?
Damn. But that's what they told us.
Right. So now, that's when I kind of transformed into like how I am now. And that's when I really started to become a sponge. Like, I really started to get like mad information and just use what I had and the resources and the tools that I had within arm's length and really like try to mold myself to where I am today. So I want to say like maybe 24. I
Okay.
really like tapped into like how I am.
Because I feel like, when did we meet? You probably like 26, 27?
Yeah, 26, 27. Yeah.
And you were a very like to yourself person.
Yeah,
I
at
mean,
that
you were
point.
just like,
I was feeling out the environment.
yeah. makes sense.
Especially at first. Like, it's going to take me like a while to know who the fuck everybody is.
Right.
Because you got to know, who you can talk to, who you can't talk to, you're not supposed to talk to, all that shit. And who you can share information
with,
and-
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Who you can't, all that shit. So, yeah, man.
All right, bro.
Let's see.
Were you always this like chilled individual when you was in high school, or maybe
High school, I was more of a class clown.
Mm.
I've always felt like I kind of had low confidence in high school. I
Really?
had girlfriends. When I was younger, when probably like one of my first girlfriends like played me and shit like that, I understood that I'm not meant to just talk to one female. So I just started having multiple girlfriends at the same time. I didn't do nothing because, like I said, I was a late bloomer. I didn't lose my virginity until I was 19 and shit.
Mm.
I've always felt like I wasn't like the most handsomest person in high school. Like, I felt that there was other people who were getting to actually deal with girls and stuff like that. So I had friends. I never regretted my friends and stuff like that. I just wish I probably would have put myself out more socially with women.
Mhm.
When I left high school, I told myself that I would change who I was and actually open up to be a different person. So when I went to college, I got the chance to actually go away because I was really tired of home.
Mhm.
I was tired of being under the roof of my mother and grandmother. It was just like, I need a break from you guys because if I'm here, I don't think I could go to school here. Like, I don't think I could focus here. So I left. I changed my attitude. I changed who I was. I felt more confident. I became a cooler person and stuff, and I acted towards such. I would say I did adapt like him, but I was around more white people, so I kind of like I've always known how to adapt around white people.
Mhm.
And then probably my junior year or so, every time I would go home, there was a nigga tie, and then there was like there would be like a white tie, basically.
Man.
No, but this is the thing. When I went away to school, I didn't tell people my full name. Only certain people know my full name. I would just say, "Hey, my name is Ty," until certain point where people actually started to know my full name and stuff like that.
Right.
But when I came back my junior year and stuff, I was like, "Yo, why is it that I'm on the phone? You can hear me say nigga 100 times, but when I'm around you guys, I'll barely say it." So I was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna be me 100%." Went back, became fully Brooklyn, whatever Ty type
What
shit.
you white people? What you do?
Yo,
But I wasn't a crazy Brooklyn person.
Right.
It was just like, yo, he's from New York.
Yeah.
You
Gotcha.
know he's
Yeah.
Brooklyn. You know this is a black man who does what he does, and if he gonna call you a nigga, he gonna call you a nigga type shit. Like, or whatever. It's just that simple of a fact.
Oh
But
my
I was
God.
always, I was always surrounded by friends
Right.
and stuff like that. I always had a good group of friends with me. We might not be the coolest, but we were cool to us type shit.
Mhm.
I left school. I don't think I prepared myself because I was into graphic design.
Mhm.
And I don't think if I had my mind now, I felt like I would have like my graphic design career would have been way better.
Yeah, I agree with
My
you on
thoughts and my ideas wasn't so developed back then artistically.
Mhm.
And when I left, I wasn't ready to come to New York to a graphic design world. It's not possible. I wasn't fucking ready for that type of shit.
Mhm.
So I got a regular job to pay bills at my mother's house and stuff like that. And I just started to live life, started getting to the culture of reggae, soca, and all this other stuff, which transformed me and stuff like that.
Were you
Mhm.
always an outgoing person in the past, or that's something that developed over time?
No, I was always an outgoing person. I always told myself that I can't wait to go party. I couldn't wait to actually explore going to parties and actually enjoy myself with other people.
Mhm.
I was never that type of person to say, I don't want to go to no party. No, I was definitely ready when the chance came to go out to party. I'm going outside. It's just that simple.
Mm.
I did that in school. I did little DJing and stuff when I was in school too. So it's just
Nice.
like, that's just how it was. I felt like my relationships definitely changed me. I felt like the bad breakups and everything became a lesson. It made me understand what I wanted. It made me more logical about how to react to certain things, what things I needed to change about my character, and how I approach a lot of things also changed me. Um, I don't know. I've never been a hothead. I have the anger. It's like I I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that with his finesse. I could be a hothead. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm gonna say this for everybody to clarify. If you know me, you know me.
Mm.
My mother's name is Tawana fucking Harris, and she has the anger, a pit of rage that I have in me. So it's capable to bring it out of me, but I've always tried to make sure that that's not who I am.
Mm.
Right.
And when I got older and out of school, I actually, reunited with my father and got through that trauma of, part-time fathers and everything like that. So
Mm.
everything happened to me, made me who I am now, and I'm perfectly comfortable with it. I don't regret anything I've ever said or done just
Mhm.
because it made me what I am now.
Right.
And that's basically it. I can't give you age, to be honest with you, because every year something different
All
changed
right.
me
Happen.
in some way.
All right. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up.
What you got for you,
Oh man.
Mr.
When I was
Special K?
born, nah, I'm fucking with you.
Special K.
Special K.
You said
right?
when I was born?
Yeah,
Nah,
nah.
Radiation.
Yeah.
When I was created.
when I was created
in the lab.
in the
In the
lab,
lab.
thunder and lightning and all that shit. Nah. So that's a good starting point actually. So actually, I would say, because you guys say it's funny. Y'all think I'm a hothead now. I'm a lot more chill than I was probably when I was younger.
That's wild.
Yeah. And
Damn, so what were you not sorry to cut you, but
No, you
were
good.
you getting into a lot of like fights and
Fights?
shit?
I'll get jumped a lot.
Got you.
To the point where I had to learn how to fight.
Okay.
Got it.
I ain't gonna start, but going into high school from junior high school, I learned how to like fight, like street fight. I went and did a little kickboxing training for a while. Like I do the Muay Thai thing
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
That wasn't until later. But before, I just wanted to learn how to like hit a
Defend
nigga.
yourself.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to hit a nigga. Like I didn't want to defend myself. I wanted to, and I tell you that this is a specific. I shouldn't say this on air, but there was a person who orchestrated a jumping on me. Don't know who this person is. Never seen them. It's one of those situations. You walk into the store, you get like something from the store. He wants it. You don't give it to him. So then like you get caught lacking on the way home, and next thing you know, you're just getting stomped out and robbed and stuff.
I've seen jumpings, but I've never got jumped.
I've gotten it
It's
ain't fun.
scary. Like I
Yeah.
can't imagine myself in
So
it.
then imagine you take that experience in that and you're still holding on to that. And then this is the deepest I'm gonna go
Is this
in
the
this
story you
terms.
told me in the locker room?
Yes.
Oh shit.
This is the deepest I'm gonna go. So when this happened, and if he sees this, not the guy, but my father,
Mhm.
we've talked about this. But I remember going to my father and telling him about it. And he got mad at me for getting jumped. And he did go out and look for the guy. But because of that, I felt, I don't want to go that far. But anyways, because of that,
You
I
just felt
grew
like
up with
he
a
could have been like more concerned instead of like a
yeah.
man to man to you.
Like
To be
if you
like,
wanted to, if you
nigga,
want,
why you ain't
I understand.
swing?
I understand.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, did you get your licks? Like,
I
what
understand
did
the
you do?
tough love. Don't get me wrong, because it's like I would do the same thing. Like I know you don't want to get jumped. I know you hate, but you gotta learn to fight, my man.
Right.
I
Yeah.
gotta teach you how to fight. You can't be out here in these streets. That wasn't that. It was more like, why the fuck you out here getting jump? Like,
It's like
why you letting these niggas?
You're not worrying
you know what
about
I'm
the
saying?
wrong thing.
You
You
feel
worry
me?
about the wrong things right
So
now.
that and I don't blame. He was young. He's young. I have young parents. So, but that grew me with a stigma. Like I'm not asking anything body for nothing. I grew up and learned how to fight. So in sophomore year, again, not to go to this is the only story I'm gonna tell. I'm walking home, and I see the kid again. And he doesn't go to I went to John Adams. He didn't go there. I see the kid again, same face. He wore these dumbass shades or whatever for some reason. And this is the type of person I was. I was a very angry person just because there was a lot going on in life I never talked about, and I felt like, what's the word? Less than. I was insecure. I wasn't comfortable with myself. I just didn't want to use the word hate, but I was not like happy. So, and then especially just getting embarrassed and getting washed, and you know what I'm saying, and whatever. So I remember seeing this kid and all that feeling I just described to you just came rushing back. And that night I made a plot. Like this was right after school. He was hanging outside the store with like 4 other dudes. Once that nigga went away, it took him an hour. I waited an hour and a half by a Home Depot next to that store.
Yo.
My nigga was ready.
I was determined. I didn't know what was I gonna do, but I don't know why. I just could not leave. I could have just went home and just said fuck it, but I didn't. He left. He went to the back streets. I'll never forget it. It started raining. Once this dude went alone and I noticed nobody, like my heart starts beating in my chest. I see this kid. I just run. I run to him. He didn't hear anything. I go behind him. As soon as I get near him, I just whop right in the back of his temple. He goes down. He starts getting on guard. I'm not letting him get on guard. I just start beating the fuck out of him. While I'm beating the fuck out of him, I'm crying and shit.
It's all coming out. All
It's all
emotions.
coming out. All these emotions. I'm pretty sure he don't even know who the fuck I was.
Yeah, he's probably like, who's
But
this random ass kid?
I'm beating him so bad. I don't think I've ever beaten a person that bad before. He stops moving, and like I later found out he's apparently got somebody looking for me, but he had no idea where I was.
Right.
But all that came out. It was raining. It was like a scene from a movie. It was
Like,
raining.
you got
My fist was
served,
like,
but
you know what I'm
got
saying?
your ass whipped.
You know what I'm
type
saying?
shit.
But the point was,
Jesus.
like, I ain't feel good about that shit. Like, I still felt that same hurt and shit like that. So
it wasn't enough.
it was.
It wasn't enough. It's never enough.
But I was just like, why do I kept feeling this way? Is it because of my pops? Later on, it did turn out there was a lot more deep rooted shit to that. But I say that all to say it was a lot of growth throughout my years, where it's like I had to learn the hard way about stuff. So I'll say like that was the start of like I bring that up because that was like the start of me. Because before that, I was just I was just a kid, you know. I was just a kid just trying to figure shit out. I had friends.
Yeah.
I had people I thought was friends, but did dirty by me, and I didn't understand why, because I thought being so nice to them was like, and this is shit you don't know. So, as you guys said, as you progress in life, I did the college thing. I never did campus. Unfortunately, I couldn't like really leave from home at the time, but I went to Nassau Community. And that's when it's funny because I had a girlfriend in high school. It was a girl I had a crush on for a long time. And the same time I like confessed to her, we dated. She had to go away to the University of Phoenix like a month later.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? But like we're still on good terms, and I'll see her on like social media from time to time. She's like happy, got a family now and stuff like that, and I'm happy about that. I'm mentioning that because like I had gotten into my first like real relationship in college, and I was working at the same time, and that's why I always commend people. I went for graphic design because I was heavy into art. I showed you some of my work and like heavy into it, and that's why I commend people for doing college and working at the same time because that shit was hard.
I definitely
Yeah,
did
It
work.
shit was hard. I did overnights.
I
and
worked.
I worked for like a semester. No, matter of fact, I worked for 2 semesters. I did like multiple jobs.
I
and
worked
stuff.
through. Now that I think about it, I worked throughout my entire college career.
I was
crazy.
working. I didn't finish college initially, so I probably did like I think I did 2 semesters of college, and I did and I worked for Target at the time,
Mm.
overnight.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
so it was a lot. It
I
was,
worked on campus.
right, I didn't work on
Yeah, it's
so I'm going to
different.
Nassau Community, and then I'm going to Harlem to work. And I didn't drive. I wasn't driving.
Yeah.
So it was a lot.
Shit.
And then I just got into this relationship, and that didn't work out. You know what I'm saying?
It comes with things, man.
Yeah. Well, she cheated, so that didn't help. And
Shit,
then
for the streets.
yes.
and
She
at the
was for the
same time,
streets.
it was a lot going on. So that's why I say a lot of pain and stuff I felt came with growth and humbleness, like
Mhm.
Travis said. I didn't like look at her and say it, because I could have easily. It's easy, like you said, for me to look at a specific thing and be like, this thing hurt me. I don't want to fuck with it no more. Like, just for an example, she was a Black Guyanese woman.
Mhm.
I don't want to fuck with any more Black
Right,
Guyanese
yeah,
woman. Like, I could have
like,
been
nah, I heard about
easily
y'all.
been like,
Yeah,
I heard
right,
about.
right,
I've been
right.
hurt by what. I didn't have that. It hurt. You know what I'm saying? But I always was taught, like, I don't know why. I always had this thing like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? It's always been in me. Like, why is things like, is it me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I always looked at myself, and maybe that's why I'm so hard on myself.
I was always a heartbreaker. to be honest with you.
Shit.
I think my situation is a little different because I had braces. So
Wow.
I did too.
Did you?
yeah, I feel like
I'm thinking about
at a
getting
certain
braces.
point I was kind of muzzled. And I say that in regards to like, I wouldn't want to talk.
Yeah, you want to show your teeth.
Yeah,
a lot
it's
and
like,
stuff
I don't
that.
want to get into the, how long your hair on? Yeah, I didn't want to get into all that
I
bullshit.
feel you.
So there was times, and I feel like that's when I was very short-tempered. Because if you would say something,
Then you would.
it's on and popping.
Right.
Right? Took them off, everything got fixed. But ironically, I'm not gonna act like I'm Mr. Suave fucking getting bitches. Oh my God, pussy's falling out my pocket. But in high school, you know, I didn't have joints in my school.
Yeah,
but
that was
I
the
had
case.
joints
outside.
outside of school.
Yeah.
Well, my girlfriends outside of
Right.
school.
Right.
And to me, they were bad. I remember I bought my longtime girlfriend at that time to prom, and niggas was like, wow. And I was just
it
like,
feels so good when niggas give you props.
Yeah, 'cause,
about your
like,
girl,
it was
bro.
kind of like mythical, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas was like, this nigga talking about he got a girl outside. And then
Because everybody said that. I was away. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you don't know her. She outside. You feel me?
pulled
Like,
up,
yeah.
and niggas was like, yo, this nigga dad, yo, shorty bad. We ended up staying together, kind of, sort of, you know, breakups here and there throughout college.
Mhm.
Shit never worked out, and then
I made sure I was single when I went to college. I said, fuck
nah,
it.
my dumb ass was,
This
no,
nigga-
we can do this.
No.
Nah,
And it
once-
was me.
Even, yeah,
It wasn't her. It was,
I'm surprised.
I'm very
it.
surprised.
nigga.
Now, when my, like I said, like, shout out to y'all. I had no hoes in fucking high school. Nobody outside. Nobody. I was insecure. I mean, I was insecure, but I was very low key. Like nobody would. I played football for a while too in high school, but
Mhm.
even still, like our team
Still?
was, huh?
I thought y'all football players.
Our football team sucked.
So?
It's
still athletes.
you don't really get bitches if you never win.
I don't know that.
You
I
know?
would assume y'all getting the
Nah,
cheerleaders and
nah,
shit.
Nah, I don't work like that.
It don't work like that.
That's
But
crazy.
cheerleaders. But
I'm just-
nah, I feel you on that. So it was like, but I knew better. I knew, like, once she goes away, like,
yeah.
what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've always had that thought too. Is like, we're young.
Yeah.
So we're meant to
like-
not last forever
Yeah.
with these people. We're meant to eventually go to somebody else new
Nope.
or some shit like that.
It's a lovely
And especially
story
for
when
college.
you hear.
Nope.
Like when I went away for summer,
You're like,
when I came
nah, we
back,
can make this work.
when I
nah, we gonna
came
make
back-
this work.
It's gonna work.
like when I used to go back home from school and stuff,
Mm.
I would end up like linking up with something, and I'll say in my back of my head, we could try this and stuff. But then they not ready for me being in college. It's like my attention is gonna get less. Like you have to understand this. I'm in college. You're not in college as of yet, or like you're like staying home on campus.
Mhm.
I'm in a whole different environment. You're really not gonna get that much out of me. So it's best if we're just friends at this point. I don't think it makes sense for us unless we're on the same campus and we go to the same school. I can't really be with you.
I'm happy you had that thinking.
Yeah.
Again, my dumb ass
you
in Albany.
just passed up all the college pussy,
I didn't. Hold on,
all
player.
the white girls.
Hold on now.
Trust
Um,
me.
now,
I mean, you went to Syracuse, bro.
Nah, I went to Buffalo.
Oh, well,
Went to
it's even
Buffalo,
more.
Yeah.
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 Again,
I've been to Buffalo campus
first year
for a party.
I was in Albany.
White boys go crazy.
Remember, I was
wasn't
I was
prepared.
working. So like she was in Delaware. So I would literally be like, yo, man, you gotta come see me for the weekend, man. I need something, man. God damn it. It's cold up here, god damn it. Pay for the fucking Greyhound, all types of shit.
Wow, travel
Bro.
to Greyhound to Delaware. Well, Delaware's not that far.
From I'll bring her up. I wasn't going down there.
Oh,
Yeah,
you pay
that's
for
far.
Greyhound. Yeah, that's what to say.
And yeah, bro. Once sophomore year hit,
Couldn't do it.
demon.
Tension.
Demon
Tension
time.
is just different. It's
Demon
different.
time.
That's the time she would call. I'll be like, fuck this shit. I ain't doing this shit, man. I ain't got time for this bullshit.
So
man.
it's you that was just like, I'm really.
At some point, cause like freshman year, some shit happened with her, and I was just like, fuck. Like, damn, that shit hurt, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole point is long distance is tough for college students. Because I've had a relationship long distance and I was like, nah, I gotta have something on the side on campus. Let me
see this.
Let me do a little something. It's not gonna last too long, but let me try something.
Would you tell them that you had something on the side, or you just doing?
In that relationship, I actually did. I told my main at when we really started to get serious.
You hear that, right? You hear that?
When me and my main got serious, we actually had an open conversation and say, hey, I was dealing with somebody. I didn't know what this was gonna be really. So I did deal with somebody just because you live here, I live here. And they was like, yeah, I kind of talked to somebody, but it wasn't like that serious or whatever.
And so then you downplayed it for the most part.
I didn't downplay it. Well, yeah, I probably did.
Yeah.
Like I was clapping. I don't know about, like,
oh my god.
But I'm just saying, like, sometimes when you're in college, it's like some things are not meant for you in that situation.
Yeah.
And then eventually I did tell the side who did become a main, like, hey, I was using you at this point for this. But
using you, my man. It's
not
wild.
using you, but just like, yo, I really
Man,
fucked with
wild.
you. And I wish if timing was different, we would have been together. But
Right.
shit happens that way. But, you know.
Nah, I feel you.
By the time junior and senior year hit, I was like, all right, man.
He was like, fuck this.
So like real quick, I'll wrap this up. So like that was my stint in college at the time. Getting to the workforce, like you said. After that, real humbling experience in terms of just now you're in the corporate world. You know what world we work at. Where even though what we do may not seem like a traditional corporate in terms of sitting at a desk and typing on a computer, it's corporate in the sense of a hierarchy where you see people do some real fuck shit, where you see grown old ass men act like kids.
Trick is you always gotta
know what I'm saying? Where you really, Travis said on that, you really gotta sit and observe who you can talk to and who you can really vibe with and trust and shit, or you could just be to yourself. You know, for like. I basically learned like the world owes you nothing, that you have to put in as much as you get. And that I would say like through those, there's a lot more I'm skipping just because it doesn't need to be said on air. Yeah. But I would say throughout that experience and getting into women, I like had again, it was started off like low. And then as I grew, work out, got my confidence up, learned how to talk to people, learned how to take a joke, learned how to roast and all this, it went up. Like you never see, like I never thought I would experience like the type of attention that I would get, especially not being such an outgoing person. Not to say I don't like going out. I prefer more or less like more low-key parties in a club. But I have done it, and I've been to Buffalo. I've been to Syracuse. I've done parties. I've been to parties there. I've met women. You feel me? And I've done what I've done, and that did do what I had to do. You feel me? All with consent. Let me just say that off that. Right.
Gotta say.
I gotta
say that it's 2024. You feel me? But that all came like I didn't really. Like I said, I think when I got my first real relationship, like not to say that the last one wasn't real, but you know who my relationship was.
Yeah.
And that was like long term. That was the longest I've ever been with a person that I just wanted that one person. And I've learned so much from being with that one person, good and bad, where it's like, this is what I'm willing to do and this is what I'm willing to tolerate. Where it's like and that's the thing. I had respect for myself to know how to like tell the difference between when I'm like, okay, this person is like, she has a point, to where like, oh nah, you tripping. It's like, you want me to, I'm not your slave. I don't know what you think this is.
Your father.
I'm not your father. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do right by you, but you're not gonna like disrespect me.
Yeah.
If you disrespect me, get the fuck out. Like that's always and like that's always my case. Never put my hands on any like body, but get the fuck out. That's always been my case. So, yeah. And over time, I think being with good people is what ultimately kind of like I said, I know y'all think I'm hothead, but being with people like y'all, where y'all can talk me through things. This man right here, like I said, I point him out because like just for the fact that before you came, I knew him a little bit longer. And he knows what it was at that fucking building. He knows what things were.
Yo, bro, I don't miss that place.
And it was just because like I was so frustrated because it's like, not to say I was there longer, but like they were still putting me through the same bullshit they were putting him.
Yeah.
And worse. And like pain is relative, but it's like, yo, when am I gonna get my and he hey man,
I'll think about that.
just
every
chill.
day, bro. Just
You know what I'm saying? When you leave, you don't think about this place. You know what I'm saying? It's almost over. You don't think about this place. So having good people around to kind of help navigate you through, who understands what you're going through.
makes
And
life
it's,
better.
yeah, it makes you better. To the point where we were co-workers and we just became good friends.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and similar to you.
Right.
So like I said, I just thought this was a good conversation piece to bring up because as much as as long as we've known each other for this point, it's good to like, I like to further expand, like, I want to know how these guys treated situations in life when they were younger, like when they were, how it was less experienced. I got a glimpse from this man of being pushed too far, when he had to
Check a nigga too.
Yeah, check a nigga too, you feel me?
I don't like doing that, bro. I'll be trying to tell y'all. I'm mad cool.
Yeah.
Coolest nigga under the sun. But
Don't fuck with a cool nigga.
Yeah, nah,
yeah, man.
you can't.
It's not even that. It's just like, yo, don't think that I won't fucking go crazy.
Right.
Like I could again be cool as shit, but like I will go crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So that's
any
my
more?
2020 fellas edition.
Hey, let's go. Thank you for joining us in another episode.
Hopefully you guys got an insight on who we are as men.
Absolutely.
Understand that.
Ever changing, ever growing.
Yep.
And that's what we encourage here on the pod.
Always.
And as a fellow Eagles fan, I hate the 49ers.
Let's
go Chiefs! Yeah! Taylor Swift! Yeah, fuck yeah!
That's what you got on. That's what you got on today, don't you? You got money on that. You got money on Chiefs?
I'm not betting on shit, bro.
The Super Bowl is a different type of
No
game, bro.
I'm not betting on shit. I'm
Niggas
keeping
red
my money where
in that
it,
shit,
in
bro.
Bro, I've been hearing some numbers. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Nah, yeah.
Niggas gonna go broke this
Yeah. Hey, to all you, I know y'all gonna hear this after the fact, but please, if you are a first-time gambler, this is not the game to go overboard.
Never the game to
This
play.
is a $10, $20 maximum type situation. Please.
The
But
fix is in.
it'll be too late by the time you hear this.
All right. Well, y'all have a good day.
Be
Take care.
blessed. Take care.
Holla.